right now, while most gardeners are waiting around for the perfect time to plant. The gardeners who actually fill their kitchens with fresh, homegrown food every summer are already out there with their hands in the soil this April. If you have ever reached the end of the growing season, feeling like your garden under-delivered, I promise you, it is not your fault. Nobody told you about the 8 incredible plants that April is made for. Plants that thrive when the soil is still waking up, when the sun is gentle, and when your garden has all the potential in the world waiting to be unlocked. Today that changes. Whether you have a backyard, raised beds, containers on a balcony, or just a tiny strip of earth by your front door, these 8 plants are going to transform how you garden, how you eat, and how you feel every time you step outside. Let us get into it together. The first plant on this list is something that stops most beginners in their tracks, because it sounds intimidating, but it absolutely should not. Sugar snap peas are one of the most rewarding crops you can put in the ground during April, and the secret is that they genuinely love the cool weather this month brings. Sugar snap peas thrive in temperatures between 45 and 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes April the absolute sweet spot across most of the continental United States. They want full sun, ideally 6 to 8 hours a day, but they will also do wonderfully in spots that get afternoon shade, which protects them from any unexpected warmth later in the season. When it comes to planting, press your seeds about 1 inch deep into your soil and space them roughly 2 inches apart, along a trellis, fence, or even a simple tomato cage. They are climbers by nature, and giving them something to grab onto is the key to a massive harvest. Water your sugar snap peas consistently but gently. The goal is moist soil, not soggy roots, so water at the base of the plant early in the morning, and let the soil dry slightly between waterings. A good rule of thumb for beginners is to stick your finger about 1 inch into the soil. If it feels dry at that depth, it is time to water. For fertilizing, these legumes are light feeders, so a balanced slow-release fertilizer worked into your soil at planting time is usually all they need. Avoid high nitrogen fertilizers once they start flowering, because too much nitrogen pushes all the plant's energy into leaves rather than pods. As for common problems, watch out for powdery mildew, which shows up as a white dusty coating on the leaves. Improve airflow by thinning out crowded plants, and water only at the soil level to prevent this. Aphids can also visit, but a strong spray of water from your hose will knock them off without any chemicals needed. The second plant is the humble but mighty radish, and this one is a game changer for beginners because you will be pulling your first harvest in as little as 3 weeks after planting. Radishes are the fastest maturing vegetables you can grow in your entire garden, and April is their absolute prime time. They prefer cool soil temperatures between 50 and 65 degrees Fahrenheit and need full sun, though they tolerate partial shade without complaining much. Sow your radish seeds directly into the ground, just ½ inch deep, and thin them to about 2 inches apart once they sprout. Radishes grow their best when watered evenly and consistently. Inconsistent watering is the #1 reason radishes crack or turn pithy and unpleasant to eat. So keep that soil moisture steady. They need very little fertilizer since they mature so quickly. But if your soil is poor, a light top dressing of compost when you plant will make a real difference. The most common issue beginners face with radishes is that they bolt, meaning they shoot up and flower before the root develops properly. This happens when temperatures climb too high, so harvesting on time is critical. Pull them when they are about the size of a small marble for the best flavor. Never let them sit in the ground past maturity, or they become tough and unpleasant. The third plant that deserves a permanent place in your April gardens is spinach, one of the most nutritious crops you can grow at home, and one that genuinely prefers the cooler spring temperatures that April delivers. Spinach performs best in temperatures between 35 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, making it uniquely suited for this month across most of the United States. It loves full sun to partial shade, and in warmer regions, some afternoon shade will actually extend your harvest window considerably. Direct sow your spinach seeds about ½ an inch into moist, well-draining soil and space them 6 inches apart. Water spinach gently and consistently, aiming for about 1 inch of water per week. Overwatering causes root rot, which is the leading killer of spinach plants, so always check that your soil drains well before planting. Feed spinach with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer once the seedlings reach a few inches tall because nitrogen is the key to producing those dark, lush leaves you want. For pests, leaf miners are the biggest spinach challenge, and they leave winding pale trails through the leaves. Remove affected leaves immediately and use row cover, fabric as a physical barrier, to keep the insects from laying eggs on your plants in the first place. Bolt prevention is also critical with spinach, so harvest outer leaves frequently to keep the plant producing, rather than putting energy into flowering. The fourth must-grow plant for April is beets. And this is one that most beginner gardeners completely overlook, which is a genuine shame, because beets are one of the most versatile crops you can harvest. You eat the roots and the tops, giving you two vegetables from a single plant. Beets love soil temperatures between 50 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and do best with 6 hours of direct sunlight daily. Plant beet seeds about ½ inch deep and thin seedlings to 3 to 4 inches apart, once they reach a few inches tall. Thinning is absolutely essential with beets because crowded plants produce tiny, stunted roots. Water beets deeply and consistently, aiming for 1 inch per week, and keep the soil evenly moist. Dry spells followed by sudden heavy watering cause beets to split at the root, ruining your harvest. Feed beets with a balanced fertilizer at planting, and again when the plants are about 6 inches tall. Avoid over-fertilizing with phosphorus since beets are sensitive to this. The most common problem beginners have is leaving beets in the ground too long, which makes them become woody and tough. Harvest when the roots are about 2 to 3 inches in diameter for the sweetest flavor. The fifth plant is Swiss chard, and this one has a special place in any April garden because it is arguably the most forgiving, resilient, and continuously productive vegetable a beginner can grow. Swiss chard handles both cool and warm temperatures, thriving anywhere between 50 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, and it produces leaves from spring all the way through the first hard frost of fall. It grows beautifully in full sun, but handles partial shade better than almost any other vegetable. Plant seeds ½ inch deep and thin to about 6 inches apart. Swiss chard is a moderate drinker, needing about 1 inch of water per week, and it will tell you when it is thirsty by wilting slightly in the afternoon heat. Always recovering when watered. Feed Swiss chard with a balanced fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks through the growing season, and you will have more leaves than you can use. Prune outer leaves regularly, cutting them right at the base of the stem, and the plant will push out new growth from the center continuously for months. Slugs and snails are the main villains with Swiss chard, so scatter some crushed eggshells around the base of your plants, or use a ring of diatomaceous earth as a natural barrier to keep them away. The sixth plant on this list is kale, and even though it has become trendy in recent years, most gardeners are still not giving it the April head start it deserves. Kale thrives in cool weather, with ideal growing temperatures between 45 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and a light frost actually makes kale taste sweeter. By converting some of the plant's starches into sugars, it needs at least 5 to 6 hours of sunlight daily, and prefers well-draining, fertile soil. Plant kale seeds 1/4 to ½ inch deep and thin to 12 to 18 inches apart, giving each plant room to spread its magnificent leaves. Water kale consistently, about 1 to 1½ inches per week, and always water at the base to keep the leaves dry and disease-free. Feed kale with a nitrogen-rich fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks, because leafy growth is what you are after. Prune lower leaves regularly as they mature, leaving the top growing point intact, and your kale plant will produce for many months. Cabbage worms and aphids are the two main pests to watch for. Handpick any caterpillars you find and use neem oil spray as an organic solution for aphid infestations. The seventh plant is one that should be in every American garden this April, and that is loose leaf lettuce. Lettuce is a cool season crop that grows beautifully in temperatures between 45 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, making April its true season. Loose leaf varieties like black-seeded Simpson or red sails are particularly rewarding for beginners because you harvest leaves continuously rather than waiting for a full head to form. Scatter seeds on the surface of your soil, press them lightly in, and keep the area consistently moist until germination. Lettuce's seeds need light to germinate, so do not cover them deeply. Space your lettuce plants about 6 to 8 inches apart, and keep the soil evenly moist because dry soil causes lettuce to bolt and turn bitter almost immediately. Feed lettuce with a diluted liquid fertilizer every 2 weeks, using a formula higher in nitrogen to encourage leafy growth. Snip outer leaves with scissors starting when the plants are about 4 to 5 inches tall, and the plant will keep producing fresh leaves for weeks. Tip burn. which shows up as brown edges on leaves, is usually a sign of inconsistent watering or calcium deficiency, both of which are corrected by maintaining even moisture and adding a little lime to acidic soils. The eighth and final plant on this list is the carrot, and this one requires a little patience but rewards that patience with one of the sweetest, most satisfying harvests in all of home gardening. Carrots need cool soil, preferably between 55 and 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and April provides this perfectly across most of the country. They need full sun, at least 6 hours daily, and absolutely must have deeply loosened, rock-free soil, because any obstruction in the soil causes carrots to fork and twist. Direct sow your carrot seeds just a 1/4 inch deep, mixing them with sand to spread them more evenly since the seeds are tiny. Thin seedlings to 2 to 3 inches apart once they sprout, because overcrowded carrots produce small, misshapen roots. Water carrots deeply but infrequently, encouraging the roots to grow down toward moisture rather than staying shallow. Aim for about 1 inch of water per week. Feed carrots with a low nitrogen, higher phosphorus and potassium fertilizer to encourage strong root development, rather than excessive top growth. The most common problem is carrots that are short and stubby, which almost always means the soil is compacted or rocky. Spend time preparing your soil deeply before planting, and you will have gorgeous, long, sweet carrots to pull in about 70 to 80 days. Here is something that connects all 8 of these incredible plants together. And the reason April is so special for growing them. Every single one of these plants benefits enormously from starting the growing process in soil that you have properly prepared. Before you put a single seed in the ground, work compost into the top 6 to 12 inches of your garden beds. Check your soil's pH if you can, as most vegetables prefer a slightly acidic to neutral pH between 6.0 and 7.0. Mulch around your plants once they are established to retain moisture, suppress weeds, and regulate soil temperature as the season warms. This one simple combination of steps, quality soil, consistent watering, appropriate feeding, and regular harvesting, is what separates gardeners who pull abundant harvests from those who struggle to get anything worth eating. And here is the most important thing I want you to carry with you today. Every single gardener who grows abundant food, year after year, started exactly where you are right now. They made mistakes. They lost plants to pests and weather, and overwatering and underwatering. But they kept going out to their gardens, kept learning, kept adjusting. The difference between a beginner who gives up and a beginner who becomes a confident, productive gardener is simply this: showing up one seed at a time, one season at a time. April is calling you. Your garden is ready, and the harvest that is waiting for you on the other side of this season is going to be more rewarding than you can possibly imagine right now. Get outside. Get your hands in the soil. Plant these 8 vegetables today, and watch how dramatically your relationship with your garden and with your food transforms from this moment forward. You have got everything you need to make this your most productive growing season yet. If you love learning about seasonal flowering plants, vegetables, gardening tips, and nature care, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature Nurture Hub, your home for year-round gardens inspiration. Let's keep growing together.